years' time, China is also going to become the world's largest economy. Our next door neighbor was growing at 3%, and poverty was increasing until 1990. Narasimha Rao decided to open up the economy and completely do away with the license Raj, because India was a very much insular country detached from the rest of the world. And since 1990, as compared to a 3% growth rate, India is now the second fastest growing country in the world with 6 to 7% growth rate. And it has made a remarkable achievement in reducing poverty. Now, this preface I wanted to place before you because I'm deeply concerned as to what is happening in the world today. Since Mr. Trump has taken over the leadership of the United States, we are drifting away from globalization and from international trade, which are the engines of growth. And it is China, and President Xi went to Davos and argued in favor of the globalization, while the US is saying, America first. The populist sentiment in whole of Europe, where Britain decides to exit the European Union, and the rightist parties are gaining momentum in Italy, in Netherlands, in France, in Germany, is something we have to be very seriously concerned. I'm concerned because the growth momentum of our developing countries, which are still very much behind the Western countries, may be jeopardized and may be stifled. So this populist sentiment, trade war between the United States and China is a very dangerous sign and a risk to the global economy. The second trend, which I would like you to absorb, because we're talking of the mental models, is that the technological advances in the world have become a powerful disruptive force as far as the current pattern of employment, production, and exchange of goods and services is concerned. And let me elaborate this with some of my concerns about technology. Even in the most advanced countries, technologies are moving faster than policymakers' capacity to understand or keep track with the advances which are being made, and let alone come up with the policies and regulation. Amazon, Facebook, Google, Microsoft are beyond the reach of any regulator policy because the network effects are working in their favor and the law of diminishing returns does not affect them. And that is something where there is going to be a gap between the technology companies and the policy makers and the regulators. The other concern I have is this digital revolution is creating inequities, and Trump and the Brexit took advantage of that. Low-paid, job-related roles are in the greatest danger of elimination as automation threatens. Just in England, they have estimated that 44% of the existing jobs would disappear by 2025. So the people who do not have the access to digital devices will either be left behind or they will lose their livelihoods. And this is not only affecting the low paid, but this technological online commerce has eliminated companies like Sears and JCPenney because Amazon is now a big player and so is Alibaba. So this inequity is something we should worry about. And if we do not equip our own younger population with the digital skills and the infrastructure for that, we would be in difficulty. The third concern I have about technological advances is that cyber fraud, cyber crimes, cyber warfare, and hacking devices have become a potential threat for industrial espionage, for making bank accounts empty, steal information, and engage in a technological warfare. And the capacity of the regulators to provide cybersecurity lags way behind the knowledge and the advances as far as the companies themselves are concerned. My fourth concern about technological revolution is that of the loss of privacy of the private data. Because anytime you are on internet or you're using any other social media device, your information is being collected by Facebook and Google and being sold to advertisers who then use it for commercial and also some non-commercial purposes. So whatever you are doing is now being watched by the big brother. And privacy is a problem which is very much a cause for all of us to preserve our privacy and not being completely in the public space. The next problem which I have come across during my days at IBA is that the frequent use of the smartphones is making humans less intelligent and socially deficient. They are getting narrow skills and short span attention. And human relationships have been replaced by the social media. So even if you want to go and see your grandmother after a long time, you are busy with your WhatsApp, with your Facebook, and there's no communication between the family members as far as the social dialogue is concerned. And the social relationships are extremely critical for any country and for any economy to advance. So given these challenges, what is a CEO or a CFO or a management team should be doing? I would submit that the talent management, which is recruiting, retaining, nurturing, and developing human resources, has to be given the same attention by the highest decision makers of the companies as they give it to capital. Capital per se is going to recede in importance, and it will be the talent which will actually be the driver of growth for the companies, given the picture I have painted before you. You have increasing maturity of artificial intelligence and robotics. You have growing traction of blockchain and distributed ledger technology. You have digital and cyber security challenges. This will not be just in some part of the world, and we consider that that's not going to affect it.